Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. I'm going to be talking a little bit about darts and why I think they're not the best. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. As you know, this is, of course, once again, my personal opinion. Do not take this to heart, and if you do decide to make darts, it's completely up to you. All right, here we go. So when it comes to darts specifically and Don't Starve Together, some of them are quite tedious to make. If you look at it, they all require feathers in order to obviously, create a dart. And once it's used, bink, it's used once. And that's it. So the reason why I think darts are not worth using whatsoever is because, of course, the fact that they do cost a little bit to make. And by the time you actually do make them, you're pretty much one and done. And yes, they do a decent amount of damage, but is it really that worth it? Well, that's where we kind of think a little bit more into this and kind of go from there. They do take a lot of, time to make and actually the resources to get them, but of course the bonus is that they do stack. So we know that already, which is good. I mean, that for one does help us a little bit. However, if we look at how many cut reeds we need, this one requires hound's teeth and of course the feathers. So not the craziest recipe, but still not the cheapest when you think that hound's tooth can be used for obviously tooth traps, which to me are a lot better than using it for darts. Of course, we move on to gold, which is pretty much like not entirely easy to get, but easy enough. And of course, this will give us a little bit of lightning damage. And then so on for charcoal, it's probably the fire dart is probably one of the easier ones. Of course, the problem is at that point, we are setting things on fire. And do we really want to do that when we are risking, of course, causing more damage to other things that we don't really necessarily want that to happen? However, of course, once again, it's still only doing a little bit of burn damage, not necessarily damage in general. So if I attack this bird, the damage is happening over time. It's not actually doing any direct damage. So in reality, it's not kind of the best in that case. All right, and charcoal is very inexpensive, but of course, getting the crimson feathers are not the easiest either. And then we move on to the stingers, which are obviously really nice, and that makes us have a little sleep dart, which only works if you're actually going through the process of trying to sleep something. You will need more than just one sleep dart. For example, if you're fighting a boss or something like that. So just be careful when you go ahead and do that. So anyways, that being said, I don't think darts are really worth it because, of course, like I said, they require so many resources, and in the end, you only get one dart out of it. I do think that darts should have some sort of multi-purpose use where once it's created, then you can take the actual ammo and replenish it within. So for example, maybe you take and you use the bee stingers to give the actual blow dart more ammo. So that would make more sense to me. And instead of actually just creating it from there and requiring so many resources, it might be a better way for them to kind of think a little bit more into that. Kind of similar to how the ammo is working for Walter currently. So it'd be nice to see something like that. I think that darts would actually come in to play a lot heavier at that point. But of course, for me, I do not think darts are worth it whatsoever. You let me know down in the comments what you think. And of course, like I said, it's my own personal opinion, so don't take it to heart. But if you do, I think you're probably making the right choice because I do think that they are not powerful enough and they're kind of a little annoying to make in order to make it one of your weapons of choice in DST. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.